In a world filled with countless faces, a select few possess an irresistible charm that draws people in like moths to a flame. As Oscar Wilde once said, "Be yourself, everyone else is already taken." This powerful sentiment emphasizes the beauty of authenticity, suggesting that the most magnetic individuals are those who embrace their true selves. But what exactly are the personality traits that make you magnetic? Understanding the traits that attract you to someone can transform your connections and enrich your relationships. Whether it's confidence, kindness, or humor, these characteristics create a captivating aura that sparks attraction. So, if you're wondering how to get someone to be attracted to you, look no further than developing these essential traits. By nurturing these magnetic qualities within yourself, you can effortlessly draw others into your orbit. Keep reading to discover 6 attractive differences that can elevate your personal allure and help you stand out in any crowd. Number 1. Develop creative thinking. Creative thinkers possess an undeniable charm. A large part of what makes them so captivating is their ability to see things from multiple perspectives, allowing them to generate a wide variety of solutions to problems. This imaginative thinking enables them to collaborate effectively with others and embrace new ideas. But why is creativity such an attractive quality? Think about it. Aren't you drawn to someone who can think outside the box, offering fresh perspectives and solving challenges in ways others might never even consider? Imagination, in its freest form, means these individuals don't censor their thoughts or worry about whether their contributions are good enough. This level of openness isn't just about self-expression. It creates an atmosphere free of judgment, encouraging others to share their thoughts without fear of criticism. In a world where so many people fear being judged, imagine the power of being in a space where ideas flow freely and collaboration thrives. Isn't that the kind of person you'd want to be around? Have you ever noticed that some people seem to have answers for everything, but never the obvious ones? That's cognitive flexibility in action. These individuals can approach a problem from a completely different angle, leading them to solutions that are both surprising and completely reasonable in hindsight. But this isn't just an innate skill, it's something you can develop. What if you could train yourself to think more creatively, to embrace new ideas without the fear of failure? Legendary writer Mark Twain once said, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started." The first step toward becoming more open and imaginative is simply allowing yourself to explore possibilities without judgment. One key to nurturing creativity is maintaining curiosity. When you find yourself stuck, ask questions like, "Is there another way to look at this problem?" Or, "What if I approach this from a completely different angle?" By asking these questions, you're inviting creativity into the room. Think about how Thomas Edison approached inventing the light bulb. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This is a testament to the power of persistence and creative problem solving. Now let's consider another angle. How does this openness affect relationships? The ability to see beyond the obvious nurtures empathy and understanding. For example, when someone presents an unconventional idea, the instinct of a creative thinker isn't to dismiss it, but to explore it further. How could that build stronger connections? Imagine a workplace or relationship where everyone feels heard and valued because their ideas are met with openness rather than skepticism. Doesn't that create a more vibrant, harmonious environment? Stoic philosophy adds another layer to this discussion. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, our responses and our thinking. A person who fosters creativity is practicing a form of Stoicism by not being attached to one way of thinking or one solution. They remain adaptable and open, embodying the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius when he said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." By thinking creatively, we turn obstacles into opportunities and challenges into stepping stones for greater success. These imaginative thinkers don't just come up with innovative ideas, they bring a unique, irresistible energy. Their openness to possibilities invites others to join in the journey of discovery and exploration. Isn't this why we find them so compelling? In your own life, consider this. How can you cultivate a more imaginative mindset? 1. Practice divergent thinking. Divergent thinking involves generating as many potential solutions or ideas as possible without worrying about their accuracy or feasibility. To practice, brainstorm regularly. Set a timer for 10 minutes and write down every idea that pops into your head, no matter how ridiculous they may seem. This helps unleash your creative potential. Mind mapping. Start with a central idea and expand into related concepts, allowing your mind to explore various directions. 2. Change your environment. Your surroundings have a profound impact on your creativity. If you feel stuck, change your environment. Explore new places. Go to a park, museum, or cafe. Changing your physical space can stimulate fresh thoughts and ideas. Declutter your workspace. A clean, organized environment can help free up mental space for creative thinking. Add inspiration. Surround yourself with creative objects like art, plants, or even interesting books to ignite your imagination. 3. Nurture curiosity. Curiosity leads to discovery and learning, which fuels creativity. Start by asking more questions. When faced with a problem or new concept, ask why or what if. These questions can lead to deeper insights and alternative perspectives. Learn something new. Try a hobby or subject you've never explored before. Creativity often arises when you combine ideas from different fields. Steve Jobs famously said, "Creativity is just connecting things." 4. Embrace failure and experimentation. Creativity thrives in environments that allow for mistakes. Thomas Edison's quote, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work," reflects the importance of persistence and experimentation in the creative process. Experiment freely. Allow yourself to try new things without fear of failure. You'll learn what works and what doesn't through trial and error. Reframe failure. Instead of seeing failure as an obstacle, view it as a learning opportunity that helps refine your ideas. 5. Learn from creative role models. Study the creative processes of those you admire, whether they are artists, entrepreneurs, scientists, or writers. Read biographies or watch interviews. Learn how creative thinkers like Steve Jobs, Pablo Picasso, or Albert Einstein approach problem-solving and idea generation. Analyze their work. Try to dissect the work of your creative idols and understand how they develop their concepts. 6. Keep a creative journal record, your ideas, thoughts, and inspirations in a journal. Writing down your creative thoughts regularly helps organize them and can spark further ideas. Free writing. Spend a few minutes each day writing whatever comes to mind. This helps clear mental clutter and allows new ideas to emerge. Revisit old ideas. Sometimes revisiting past ideas can reignite your creativity and lead you in a new direction. Now ask yourself, what might change if you started viewing challenges as opportunities for creative thinking rather than obstacles to success? These questions not only challenge your current way of thinking but also invite you to grow. Can you imagine a life where every challenge becomes an invitation to innovate and evolve? That shift in mindset could unlock possibilities you never dreamed of. Number 2. Healthy optimism, a magnetic power you can cultivate. Isn't it incredible how some people walk into a room and instantly lift the energy? Their optimism feels effortless, genuine, and magnetic. But here's the kicker. It's not about wearing rose-colored glasses or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it's about mastering the delicate balance between staying positive while acknowledging life's real struggles. How can anyone manage that? Think about it. These people don't ignore life's challenges. They see them clearly, yet they choose not to let those struggles define them. They know that setbacks are part of the journey, but refuse to let that be the final chapter. It's not about relentless cheerfulness, it's about grounded optimism, a kind that feels authentic. But what's their secret? How do they maintain this magnetism? Imagine this. Life throws a curveball your way. You lose a job or a relationship crumbles. It hurts, doesn't it? But here's where healthy optimism shines. Instead of spiraling into despair, a person with magnetic optimism asks, "What can I control? How can I grow from this?" This shift in perspective changes everything. It's the essence of Stoic wisdom, focusing on what you can change and letting go of what you can't. Isn't that freeing? Consider Viktor Frankl, a man who survived the horrors of the Holocaust. He famously said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." Imagine that. When the world won't bend to your will, you have the power to adjust your own thinking. That's the heartbeat of healthy optimism. A mindset grounded in reality but always searching for growth. It might surprise you, but optimism doesn't just make you feel better. It can make you live longer. A Harvard study found that optimistic people have a lower risk of dying from major diseases like heart disease and cancer. Isn't that wild? Choosing to stay positive isn't just about boosting your mood, it's about boosting your life expectancy. But how do you start cultivating that balance? Picture this. Your friend is devastated after a breakup. Instead of chirping, "Oh, you'll find someone better," a truly magnetic person starts with empathy. "This is tough, and it's okay to feel sad right now." Doesn't that feel more genuine? Only after acknowledging the pain do they gently shift toward hope. But when you're ready, this could lead to something better suited for you. It's all about balance. Healthy optimism validates emotions while offering hope without pushing too hard. Nobody wants to feel dismissed by a sugar-coated response. People are drawn to those who understand them, who make them feel heard. But optimism isn't just a state of mind, it's a daily practice. Picture yourself in a stressful moment. What if, instead of succumbing to fear, you asked, "What's the worst that can happen, and how would I deal with it?" Doesn't that immediately shift your focus to problem solving? It's amazing how powerful a question can be. As Henry Ford once said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." Wow. Isn't it incredible how optimism can shape the way we see the world, especially when things feel tough? Let me tell you, maintaining a positive outlook isn't about denying reality or glossing over the hardships. It's about transforming the way we respond to them. Let's dive deeper into some powerful strategies that can ignite that spark of optimism, even when the clouds seem darkest. 1. Focus on what you can control. Picture this. Life throws curveballs, and suddenly, everything feels out of your hands. Now, here's the real game changer. What if you stopped worrying about the uncontrollable? Imagine that freedom. Marcus Aurelius hit the nail on the head when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This simple truth can make all the difference. Let go of the chaos outside and focus on mastering your reactions. That's where real strength begins. 2. Practice gratitude. Think about this. Every morning you wake up with something to be thankful for. It might be as small as a warm cup of coffee or the sound of birds chirping outside your window. Gratitude transforms your outlook. It's like putting on glasses that make everything look brighter. Research even shows that gratitude rewires your brain. making positive emotions flow more naturally. How amazing is that? Take just a few moments each day to reflect on what you have, and watch as your world begins to shift toward the light. 3. Reframe negative situations. Ever had a moment where something goes wrong and your first thought is, "I messed up"? Let's flip that script. What if instead you thought, "What can I learn from this?" Suddenly that failure becomes a stepping stone to success. It's all about perspective, and reframing turns problems into possibilities. Next time you stumble, ask yourself, what's the opportunity here? You might be surprised at how quickly you bounce back, armed with new wisdom. 4. Surround yourself with positive people. Optimism is contagious. Imagine being surrounded by people who lift you up, encourage you, and celebrate your wins. That energy is electrifying. Reflect on the people who bring sunshine into your life and make it a point to spend more time with them. Life's too short to be weighed down by negativity. Embrace those who radiate positivity and let their energy fuel your own optimism. 5. Take care of your physical health. Now think about how your body feels when you've had enough sleep, a balanced meal, or a refreshing walk. Your physical health directly impacts your mental state. Just a 30-minute walk can boost your mood through the roof. Scientific studies even back this up. Physical activity can lower rates of depression and anxiety. It's mind-blowing how something as simple as moving your body can light up your mind. 6. Visualize positive outcomes. Here's a secret that athletes and high achievers use all the time: visualization. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself overcoming your biggest challenge. See yourself victorious, confident, thriving. How does that feel? Amazing, right? When you focus on the positive outcome, your brain shifts into solution mode, and suddenly you're inspired to work toward making that vision a reality. 7. Limit negative inputs. In a world flooded with bad news and toxic social media, protecting your mind is crucial. Sure, staying informed is important, but too much negativity can drain your optimism. Set boundaries. Take breaks from the digital chaos. You'd be surprised at how much clarity and positivity you can gain by simply disconnecting and reconnecting with the things that truly matter. 8. Set small, achievable goals. There's something magical about progress, no matter how small. Picture this: you set a goal, even a tiny one, and you accomplish it. How does that feel? Like you're unstoppable, right? Break down your big dreams into bite-sized tasks. Each time you cross one off, you'll feel a surge of optimism. It's that sense of progress that fuels your confidence, and before you know it, you're on your way to achieving something great. 9. Focus on solutions, not problems. We all face obstacles, but here's where optimistic people shine. They focus on solutions. Instead of being weighed down by the problem, they ask themselves, what can I do right now to move forward? It's not about ignoring the issue. It's about empowering yourself to take action. The next time you're stuck, don't get trapped in the problem. Instead, shift gears and start brainstorming solutions. That's where the magic happens. 10. Be kind to yourself. Here's the truth. Everyone stumbles. Everyone falls short at times. But instead of beating yourself up, what if you extended kindness toward yourself? Maya Angelou said it best. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. You are resilient. You are capable. Speak to yourself with the same kindness and encouragement you would offer a friend. Trust me, self-compassion is a powerful tool for staying optimistic in tough times. Isn't it fascinating? Optimism is like a muscle. The more you work on it, the stronger it gets. It's not about pretending life is perfect. It's about seeing the light even in the midst of darkness. With practice, these strategies become second nature. So what's the one thing you can do today to shift your mindset toward optimism? The choice is yours, and every small step you take brings you closer to a brighter, more positive outlook on life. Let's get started. Number 3, authenticity, the unstoppable magnetism. It's hard to be genuinely attractive when you're pretending to be someone you're not. Imagine meeting someone who seems too good to be true. Maybe they're overly enthusiastic, pretending to like everything you like, or perhaps they agree with you on every issue. Sounds appealing at first, but doesn't it also feel off? It's because our instincts know when something's amiss. True magnetism comes from one powerful source: authenticity. People who have that magnetic charm never fake their reactions or emotions. When they're excited, you can feel the real energy in their voice. When they're frustrated, they don't mask it with a forced smile. They're genuine, and that's what makes them so appealing. Their authenticity isn't just about being true to themselves, it's also about fostering trust with others. 1. Why do we love authenticity? Have you ever wondered why we're drawn to people who are unapologetically themselves? The answer is simple: trust. When you're around someone who is authentic, you feel safe because there's no need to second-guess their intentions. They are what they are, and they own it. This level of openness invites others to drop their guard and be themselves too. Think about it. Would you rather be around someone who's always putting on a show, or someone who isn't afraid to show vulnerability? True attraction lies in our ability to connect on an honest level, and that starts with authenticity. In fact, studies from the University of California show that people who score higher in authenticity are perceived as more attractive, more trustworthy, and better leaders. 2. The Stoic view on authenticity. From a Stoic perspective, being true to yourself is not only a virtue but also a path to inner peace. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This profound quote encapsulates the Stoic belief in authenticity. Stop pretending, stop performing, and just be. In relationships, whether romantic or social, the most powerful thing you can do is show up as yourself. So, how does this apply to everyday life? It means embracing who you are, flaws and all, and not trying to fit into the mold that others have designed for you. It's about living by your values, no matter how different they may be from the crowd. When you do this, people are naturally drawn to you because your authenticity shines through, and it's rare in a world full of facades. 3. Emotional intelligence and authenticity. Another key aspect of authenticity is emotional intelligence. Authentic people are in tune with their emotions, and they don't suppress them. When they're happy, they let it show. When they're upset, they express it calmly and respectfully. This doesn't mean they're impulsive. Rather, they're in control of their emotions and understand how to express them in a way that's both honest and considerate. Consider this. You're in a relationship, and your partner has upset you. The inauthentic approach would be to bottle it up and pretend everything's fine, only for resentment to build over time. The authentic approach, however, would involve calmly communicating your feelings. When you handle emotions authentically, not only do you resolve conflicts more effectively, but you also deepen trust and respect within your relationships. 4. How to be more authentic in daily life. It's not always easy to stay authentic, especially in a world that often encourages us to conform. However, there are some simple practices that can help you tap into your true self. Be honest with yourself. Before you can be authentic with others, you need to be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, am I doing this because it aligns with who I am, or because I want to impress someone else? Set boundaries. Authentic people know their limits and aren't afraid to set boundaries. This might mean saying no to social events you don't enjoy or walking away from relationships that don't serve you. Don't fear vulnerability. Being vulnerable is often mistaken for weakness, but in reality, it's a strength. When you're vulnerable, you show others that you're human, and that's what creates deep connections. 5. A famous example: Oprah Winfrey. One of the most notable figures when it comes to authenticity is Oprah Winfrey. She once said, "What I know for sure is that speaking your truth is the most powerful tool we all have." Oprah's career skyrocketed, not because she followed the crowd, but because she dared to be different. She shared her struggles, her failures, and her truth, and people connected with her because of it. In her early career, Oprah faced pressure to be a certain way or to hide her past, but she refused. By staying true to who she was, she not only gained the trust of millions, but also became one of the most influential figures in the world. Her story is a powerful reminder that when you live authentically, success follows. 6. The science behind authentic attraction. Scientific studies have repeatedly shown that people are more attracted to those who are genuine. One study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that authenticity fosters deeper connections and long-lasting relationships. The researchers discovered that when people were authentic in their relationships, their partners felt more secure and satisfied. This isn't surprising. When someone is real with us, we feel more confident in the relationship because we're not left guessing about their true feelings. 7. Authenticity is magnetic. In a world that often prioritizes appearances and social masks, being authentic is like a breath of fresh air. It's rare, it's refreshing, and it's incredibly attractive. The next time you find yourself in a situation where you're tempted to be someone you're not, ask yourself, is this really me? If the answer is no, take a step back and reconnect with your true self. At the end of the day, people are drawn to those who are real. Authenticity is your greatest tool for building strong relationships, whether romantic or platonic. So how will you embrace your authenticity today? Number 4. The glue that binds, the silent power of empathy that connects us. All empathy is a magnetic force. Those who embody it have a natural ability to connect with others, forging bonds that are both genuine and profound. But what exactly about empathy draws us so powerfully to those who possess it? The answer lies in how empathetic individuals navigate social interactions. They don't just listen, they listen with intent, affirming emotions, and offering comfort when it's needed most. In a world that often feels disconnected, their presence is like a warm embrace. Imagine this. You've had a terrible day. Work is overwhelming. Your personal life feels chaotic, and you're at the end of your rope. Then, a friend calls, not to talk about themselves, but to ask, "How are you really doing?" That simple yet powerful question opens the door to a meaningful conversation. You feel heard, you feel understood. That's the magic of empathy. It makes us feel valued. But why is empathy so powerful? Science backs it up. Studies from the Greater Good Science Center at UC Berkeley show that those who exhibit empathy tend to have more meaningful relationships. Their brain activity, particularly in areas related to emotional regulation and social interaction, shows higher levels of activation when they engage with others. This means that empathy not only strengthens personal connections, but also has a positive impact on the brain, leading to a more fulfilling and balanced emotional life. From a Stoic perspective, empathy isn't just about feeling what others feel. It's about understanding those emotions without being overwhelmed by them. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "We are made for cooperation, like feet, hands, eyelids, the rows of upper and lower teeth. To act against one another is contrary to nature." In this context, Empathy becomes not just a social skill, but a reflection of our natural state, a fundamental way in which we are wired to engage with the world. Now think about the last time you encountered someone who seemed emotionally distant. How did it make you feel? Did it create a wall between you, preventing a deeper connection? On the other hand, recall a time when someone truly listened to you. Did you feel that they cared not only about what you were saying, but about you as a person? This contrast highlights the magnetic pull of empathy. Consider the example of Oprah Winfrey, one of the most admired public figures in America. Much of her success is attributed to her ability to connect with people on a deep emotional level. She listens, validates, and creates a space where others feel safe to share their vulnerabilities. This is empathy in action. As Oprah once said, leadership is about empathy. It is about having the ability to relate to and connect with people for the purpose of inspiring and empowering their lives. It's no wonder her shows were some of the most popular. They spoke directly to the human need for connection and understanding. So, how can you cultivate this kind of empathy in your own life? Start by asking questions that go beyond surface-level pleasantries. Instead of, "How was your day?" try asking, "What's been on your mind lately?" These deeper questions invite more meaningful answers and show that you're genuinely interested in the other person's emotional world. Another way to practice empathy is through active listening. When someone shares their thoughts, resist the urge to interrupt or immediately offer solutions. Just listen, nod, make eye contact, and show through your body language that you're fully engaged. Often, people simply want to be heard, and the act of listening can be more powerful than any advice you could give. Next time you're in a conversation, pause and ask yourself, how can I make this person feel truly understood? Put yourself in their shoes. This classic empathy-building exercise involves imagining yourself in the other person's situation. How would you feel if you were facing their challenges? This doesn't mean you have to have experienced the exact same thing. They might be dealing with something you've never encountered, but by considering their perspective, you can better understand their emotions. For instance, if a colleague shares that they're feeling stressed, you might say, "I've been there too, it can feel so overwhelming at times." This simple act of sharing can create a bond that fosters deeper understanding. Empathy is a two-way street. When you share your own feelings and experiences, it encourages others to do the same. It helps create an atmosphere of trust and emotional safety. As the Dalai Lama once said, "Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive." In a world full of noise, empathy is the quiet force that brings us closer together. Now think about the ripple effect of empathy. When one person extends understanding and compassion, it often sparks the same in others. It's as though we're creating a chain of kindness, one interaction at a time. This is the subtle power of empathy. It doesn't demand attention or make grand gestures, but it has the ability to transform the very fabric of our relationships and communities. It's like walking into a room where the energy shifts because someone is truly present. You feel seen, you feel heard, and that sense of being understood creates an unspoken connection that words can't always convey. It's the glue that holds us together in an increasingly fragmented world. Empathy is the golden thread that runs through every meaningful interaction. Whether it's with a loved one, a colleague, or even a stranger, it's about more than just understanding. It's about embracing our shared humanity. So as you move through life, ask yourself, how can I bring more empathy into the world around me? How can I, in each interaction, make someone feel truly understood? In answering these questions, we begin to unlock the true power of empathy, a quiet force capable of inspiring deep connection and lasting change. Number 5, unstoppable confidence, the power that draws everyone in. Charismatic individuals radiate a powerful sense of self-assurance. They don't seek external validation, Nor do they let criticism or negativity shake their self-worth. Grounded in a deep understanding of their value, they refuse to waste energy on those who fail to recognize it. For them, failure and rejection aren't to be feared. They're merely stepping stones on the path to success. They embrace feedback as an opportunity to grow. But here's the real question. What is it about confidence that draws people in? Why are we naturally attracted to individuals who seem to have a clear sense of purpose? Confidence, when rooted in authenticity, has an undeniable force. It says, "I know who I am and I'm not afraid to show it." It sparks curiosity because subconsciously we wonder, how do they maintain this unshakable confidence even in the face of adversity? Those with charisma believe in their abilities and aren't shy about acknowledging their accomplishments. They don't fear failure because they trust in their strength to dust themselves off and keep moving forward toward success. A truly magnetic person is also aware of their weaknesses and actively works on improving themselves, both in their personal life and career. But here's the twist. True confidence doesn't mean arrogance. Charismatic individuals are humble, open to constructive criticism from bosses, colleagues, or friends because they understand that feedback helps them learn and grow. As Albert Einstein once said, "Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving." Charismatic people are always moving, always seeking to evolve, without bragging or belittling others along the way. Does this mean you need to have everything figured out in life to be confident? Absolutely not. You can fake it until you make it. Studies have shown that adopting confident behaviors, even when you don't feel it yet, can actually help you develop genuine confidence over time. Psychological research backs this up through self-perception theory, which suggests we often develop attitudes or feelings based on our own behavior. So by acting confident, we begin to feel confident. Take the example of a job interview. Research shows that confident candidates, even those who are nervous, tend to leave a better impression. Employers are often drawn to those who project confidence, believing them to be more competent and reliable. Now let's talk about failure. For charismatic individuals, failure isn't the end of the road. It's a lesson, a stepping stone to success. A review study even found that successful people tend to fail more often than others, but the difference is, they view each failure as a learning opportunity, not a setback. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this? And use the experience to propel them toward future success. But how do you balance confidence with humility? One simple method is practicing gratitude, regularly acknowledging the contributions of others and being thankful for opportunities keeps you grounded. True confidence isn't about boasting, it's about making others feel seen and respected. Do you need to discover your life's passion to project confidence? Not at all. Confidence isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting that you'll find the answers when you need them. It's believing in your ability to face challenges and keep moving forward, even when the path is uncertain. So, how can you start building this irresistible confidence today? Begin by embracing feedback you've been avoiding, accept failure as part of the process, and trust in your ability to grow. Ask yourself, what strengths do I already have that I can lean on? And don't be afraid to take small steps outside your comfort zone. Each step will help you build more authentic and lasting confidence. Confidence isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. Once you understand that, you'll start to see failure and obstacles as temporary. You'll realize that confidence doesn't come from avoiding mistakes, but from facing them with resilience and an open mind. Here's where the real magic lies. True charisma is about striking the balance between believing in yourself and always being open to growth. With every small win, you inch closer to becoming the best version of yourself, confident, captivating, and unstoppable. So here's the challenge for you. Start taking those first steps today. Take feedback as fuel, lean into failure with curiosity, and trust that your journey will lead to growth. Remember, the most magnetic people aren't the ones who have it all figured out. They're the ones who keep moving, learning, and growing, no matter the obstacles. Confidence, real confidence, isn't about knowing you'll succeed every time. It's about knowing you can handle whatever comes your way. And that, my friend, is an energy that can't be ignored. Number 6, the field of enthusiasm, the secret of a vibrant soul. Picture this. You're in the presence of someone whose very essence radiates warmth and joy. Their enthusiasm for life is contagious, drawing you into their world, where even the simplest moments feel like grand adventures. Whether they're savoring a delicious meal or basking in the golden rays of a tropical paradise, their energy is magnetic, impossible to ignore. Have you ever met someone like this? It's almost as if their joy becomes yours, creating an invisible ripple of positivity that surrounds them. These individuals often channel their vibrant energy into making the world a better place. They're the ones who volunteer in their communities, uplift their colleagues, or eagerly pursue new skills that empower others. Imagine a coworker who volunteers to teach personal finance classes after work. Not only are they enriching the lives of those around them, but they're also inspiring others to get involved, sparking a collective spirit of self-improvement. But what makes these people truly captivating isn't just their drive, it's their unique sense of humor. They have an uncanny ability to share a laugh without ever making anyone, including themselves, the butt of the joke. Self-deprecating humor, when done right, can endear them to others, while sharp or biting jokes often alienate. Have you noticed that some of the best comedians often reflect on their own quirks? This approach fosters connection through shared laughter, creating an atmosphere of comfort and camaraderie. A person with magnetic charm knows just the right moment to lighten the mood with a well-timed joke, drawing people closer together. They don't mock others. Instead, they recount amusing stories from their own adventures, leaving everyone in stitches. For instance, a traveler might share a funny mishap from a recent trip, instantly shifting the energy in a tense room to one of relaxation and bonding. It's the kind of story that makes people feel like they're part of something, like they belong. What's more, these charismatic individuals often have a gift for laughing at themselves. They recognize their flaws and pitfalls, but they don't let them weigh them down. They see life through a light-hearted lens, embracing imperfection with grace. As the famous writer Mark Twain once said, humor is mankind's greatest blessing. This wisdom underscores the power of laughter in building relationships and overcoming life's inevitable challenges. So, what makes you laugh? Are there moments in your life you could share with others to ease their burdens, to lighten the load? The next time you find yourself in a social setting, consider sharing a funny story from your own experiences. It could break the silence and create a lasting connection. In a world that often feels overwhelming, a little humor and a dash of enthusiasm can turn ordinary moments into treasured memories. Ultimately, those with this magnetic energy remind us that joy and connection are always within reach. By embracing their own quirks, sharing their stories, and inviting others to laugh along with them, they cultivate an irresistible energy that draws people in. How can you bring a little more passion into your interactions today? Let's dive into this idea together. You see, it's the unexpected moments of genuine emotion, whether it's laughter or just pure joy, that stick with us. They transform a forgettable encounter into something remarkable, something you'll think about later with a smile. There's an American saying that goes, "Laughter is the shortest distance between two people." It's so true, isn't it? It's those brief, shining moments where you connect with someone on a level that's deeper than words. Just imagine how different your day would be if you shared even a small moment of humor or warmth with someone, how it could shift your entire perspective. The beauty of these magnetic personalities is that they don't force anything. Their energy doesn't shout for attention, it simply invites. It's as if they're saying, "Come, enjoy this moment with me." And before you know it, you're swept up in their rhythm, forgetting the stresses of the day as you get lost in a shared experience. Maybe it's not even a joke they tell, but a simple, heartfelt observation about life that makes you see things differently. The effect is the same. You feel lighter, more connected, more alive. And isn't that what we're all craving at the end of the day? A sense of connection, a break from the mundane, a glimpse of something more meaningful. The energy we put out into the world has a funny way of coming back to us, sometimes in ways we don't expect. So why not make it positive, uplifting, magnetic? Why not become the person others are drawn to, not because you're perfect, but because you're unapologetically yourself? Remember, people are drawn to authenticity like moths to a flame. It's not about having it all together. It's about being real, being human, and sharing that humanity with others. There's another American phrase that says, people will forget what you said, they'll forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And it's this feeling that sticks, the warmth, the joy, the shared laughter, that leaves a lasting impression. So next time you're with a group of people, ask yourself, what kind of energy am I bringing to this space? How can I contribute something positive, something that leaves others feeling uplifted and inspired? Maybe it's a funny story, a genuine compliment, or just a warm smile. Whatever it is, know that your energy has the power to influence others in profound ways. We all have the potential to become a magnetic force in the lives of those around us. It starts with a little enthusiasm, a touch of humor, and a willingness to share our authentic selves with the world. Are you ready to be that person? In conclusion, embracing and cultivating the personality traits that make you magnetic can significantly enhance your relationships and interactions. By understanding the traits that attract you to someone, you can consciously develop similar qualities in yourself, creating a positive feedback loop of attraction and connection. Remember, it's not about conforming to others' expectations, but rather about highlighting your unique attributes that resonate with those around you. To unlock the secrets of attraction, focus on authentic self-expression, kindness, and confidence. These are essential elements of how to get someone to be attracted to you. Your journey to becoming a more magnetic individual starts with self-awareness and a genuine desire to connect with others. If you found this insight helpful, I encourage you to show your support by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to The Stoic Goddess for more valuable content like this. Share your thoughts in the comments below and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.